Welcome to Transformations with Tara. My name is Tara Sutphen, and my guest and co-host is Jason D McKean, and he is the voice of over 1 million Om recordings throughout the world. And thank you, Jason, for being on the show. He's just a reverend, a wizard, the Om Tarot wizard. He is has a lot of meditations, a lot of music out there, a lot of recordings. So, hey.
Good morning, Tara.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me on Transformations.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so today we were going to talk about recharge. And we thought recharging everywhere in your life, recharging with life, recharging your health, recharging your money, recharging your, attitude. We can recharge everywhere, can't we?
Yeah, recharging your relationships.
Yeah, there we go.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. So where do we start?
Right. Where do we start?
Is there a foundational aspect? I think that it's like we have to come to like a certain intention within ourselves to want to do it, to
Right.
want to recharge, to take the time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Recharge our time.
And to reset ourselves to make sure that our own energy level is high, so that we can then extend ourselves out into the world. But how does one recharge themselves?
Well, you can be forced to recharge yourself, or you can, I've been going through that, or you can be, do it on your own, recharge. So that's the thing in everything, is that if we take a moment to breathe deeply and decide to recharge our life, it's a really good thing if we decide instead of it being decided for us. And then scrambling to try to fix whatever it is that's broken.
I mean, to be clear, right? As far as when one is like being forced or whatever, it just feels like, we can kind of wear ourselves down, right?
Yeah.
It's like we can get, just be at a point where it's like, okay, we're just kind of like being forced to slow down and to focus in on something specific within ourselves. But yeah, that idea of just deciding, it's like, I need to focus in on an area of like either self-care or something, so that my own being has enough sustainability, that the energy, I mean, that's a huge part of it, is that just the continuation, so that we're able to stick to what it is that our goals are, and not burn out.
Right. Yeah.
So what's a good way to, was like on the fence about if they need to recharge, or if they're don't know if they're like in a place of needing some self-care,
Well, I
what
think
helps
a
them
lot of
decide?
people get really confused. I mean, we live in a very organic world where we can become confused by what we eat sometimes. And, like I talk about, nutrition, true nutrition is real food. It's not party food.
What? It's not cake?
Party food, no. Yes, I mean, I do. I love party food, but it's not true nutrition. So that usually is, something that needs to go out the window. And I can't imagine, I mean, just like with the little health crisis I had a couple weeks ago, I can't imagine if I hadn't been, like I'm at the barn every day. And so I get miles in of walking, and I get a lot of, I mean, I'm very like regimented about my food, and I can't imagine if I wasn't, because, you know, I would really be in big trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, it's as far as you know, sometimes we want to kind of smooth things over with comfort food, and it's just like, you know, I just want to like, if I'm not feeling well, I want to eat something that's, you know, puts a smile on my face for the moment, but may not be fully, you know, uh, you know, healthy for you, you know,
Right.
for, as far as like coming back to a place of strength for
Hmm.
yourself.
Right. 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 So, yeah, I mean, you know, and you tend to take some of that for granted if you just are robust, you know, and then all of a sudden it's just not there. You know, the slippery banana peel comes along, and it's like, oh my God, do I have a chance to recharge here? Or am I completely down and have to get back up and try to figure it out? Yeah. And so, yeah, that's not fun either.
So, you know, make that choice, right? Make that, if it's a
Mhm.
hard choice, make the hard choice, right?
Right.
To reclaim, you know, a place of health rather than just, you know, doing something that feels like it's easy, right?
Mhm.
And that you know, you're looking to like just soothe the momentary. It's like, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit um to get back up to you know, operating speed within
Right. But I
yourself.
would say vitamins. Vitamins are really good. Um, you know, having making a health food shake every day, that's a good way to like start kind of recharging your life. Like just make different little steps every day.
Mhm.
Walking is good. You know, I love my gym too, but you know, sometimes the walking is the first step of keep moving forward, because that's what we do on the planet is progress. So we just have to keep moving forward in a progressive, good way. And that's why it's always so good as far as the positive reinforcement of words. You know, Jason and I were just laughing before the show, because we went out for this little tiny, it looked like it wasn't even open. It's so dark in there, but it's a little coffee shop. And so we went in to have a tea, and Jason was running me around to like pick up prescriptions and stuff. And so, you know, because Jason's a good brother. He's a very good brother. Anyway, so anyway, we're in, and I'm in pretty bad pain still. And we're in this coffee shop, and this guy, and Jason says it's the pickup line. But what did he say? You look, you look like you're gone, like you're resting in peace. You know, and it was
It's
like,
not much of a pickup line. I mean, you know, but it's
because I was kind of laid back and, you know, closed my eyes and, you know, laying out. And it was just like, you know, anybody's going to be doing the curses here, you know? And I was like, what in the heck are you doing? You know, I didn't say that, but it was like, yeah, no, not yet. I don't even remember what I said.
yeah,
But
words are powerful.
words can be
You know,
really, I mean, you
if
know,
you
I felt witch hexed right there. Yeah, it was like, what? Yeah, because I was like, well, I'm gonna walk out the door, you know, this is a pretty good time. But yeah.
well, what did you tell him? Did you like kind of pep up like instantly from that and say, "No, I'm not dead yet. I'm not
I think
dead
I
yet."
laughed. I think I laughed and said, oh my God. You say that to everybody. I think I said something like that. You know.
Yeah, it's
turn it as a funny on him, you know.
well, it's interesting for a stranger to say that, you know, it's like, you look like a goner.
You look like a goner.
Jeez.
Bang. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
just closing my eyes. I'm in
Mhm.
pain. Can't you see that?
All right. Yeah. Yeah, but it was nice. It was nice to be out with Jason, and, wasn't contagious, so
No, no,
fine. Yes. So it was all good.
no. So, words, you know, they have an impact,
Yeah.
certainly, you know, and you know what we tell ourselves to you know, because we can be recharging from what we feel, you know, like has been an overexertion of our own
Right.
energy, or you know, if we've been in fighting mode for a little bit, you know, if we've been in crisis mode, if we've been just pushing ourselves so much, it's like, okay, you know, we can pull back, all right, and yet the words, you know, if we tell ourselves, you know, I am so tired, um you know, we can, are there other ways to rephrase it so that we don't like do a self-programming on ourselves that is like detrimental over the long haul of it?
Hmm.
You know, can we give ourselves phrasing that is like, no, I may be like tired now, but I'll be back. I'll be back into it, you know, in a few days, or, you know, it's like, it's important for me to love on myself for a little bit here, and not to push myself.
Well, yeah. And the thing is that, well, I think that really, you could be asking for a healing, and because I certainly was, always like to be super strong. And so it's just that, what's the healing, what's the crisis going to be, point B?
Hmm.
Can you withstand the crisis point of the healing? So, because there's always going back and fixing whatever's kind of broken. So you have to be ready for it. And so, yeah, it's being in bed for a couple weeks, and yeah, slowing down a little bit, enough to take care of yourself. And the thing with, I notice, as a therapist and stuff, is we get, because I teach everybody to be focused mind and strong mind. And it's all about strengthening through hypnosis and meditation. You focus in on what you want, those goals, success, your health, your money, relationships, whatever it is you're focusing in, instead of, being waiting for outside stimulation. You're creating it within you, because we create our reality. And so the thing is that we can do that with um being well-rounded. And because a lot of times we'll just be on the success train, and we won't be taking care of ourselves. And then sometimes I see people taking such good care of themselves, they don't do anything else. But, I mean, so we have to be a well-rounded and try to get, it all in. It's fitting the puzzle pieces together so that we have a great life. We want a great life. We want to recharge. We want, like, the sun to hit our face and recharge it, not to give us wrinkles, just to recharge. And
Not to give us what?
wrinkles.
Oh, wrinkles.
No wrinkles. Yeah. 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 Just to recharge. I mean, it's when we just have to know when to stop and when to go, and where we're going, where we're heading to. Yeah. Being mindful, having a conscience, caring about others, but not, there's a fine line between giving and receiving, and there's a fine line with everything. Yeah. You don't have to give too much, you just have to give enough. And you have to know when when you're doing your life, not carrying other people's burdens, but helping them through, being a solution. My sister and I were talking about this last night, is people who are solution oriented and people who are fixers. We were talking about that, wanting to fix people. And some people are really good at it. They fix you, they put you in all sorts of lineup to fix yourself. And then, but they're so busy doing that they don't have a whole lot of time for themselves. They don't, they're not having any fun. And then you have your solution people who all they're doing is coming up with solution every moment, every moment. Jason and I are very much solution people. Every moment, every moment. Let's just, let's find a solution for that. Let's find a solution for that. Solution for that, and that I have always found that really works. It's that, but the fixer too is, like there are people in there that get right in there and want to fix everything, but they have to be careful. Overtax themselves.
Yeah. That's where again, that balance of being able to give and receive, to be on that, in that flow of things. It's like the fixer can like look to control things more and say it's got to be this way, and
Right.
here let me do it, kind of thing, because it has to, they get fixated on the fix, right? And that's not the point of it, right? It's like if someone needs to work on something for themselves, they need to do the heavy lift of it. It's like, it's not about someone else coming in and trying to enable all of the aspects of it, so that one doesn't learn the lesson of it. It's like and that's where the solutions, like you offer a solution, and it's up to the other person to to work on it and find it within themselves how to bring it about, and I think that's kind of that healthy boundary of kind of knowing what a solution is, and not like having to be the one who just goes in and kind of micromanages and fixes it.
Right.
There's lots of layers to that, if like
a lot of layers,
if there's a crisis that is like impending, if there's something that needs the attention like right then it's like, jump in, do what you need to do. But a lot of stuff is not. A lot of stuff is just kind of more the day-to-day things. So
yeah.
So you were talking to your sister about that?
Our sister, sorry. Yes, our sister and I were talking about that. Yes. Yeah, just last night, because we were just talking about the different personalities of people, and people that are broken, who just can't fix, they won't fix, and how sometimes solution people or fixers get together or are surrounded by people who are crying for help, but they could be helpless. They're not helping themselves.
Right. But the fixers usually deplete themselves.
Yes.
And that's the, over time, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so, coming to a realization about that is part of kind of reclaiming your own, power to, be in a healthy space for yourself.
Recharge. Take some time for you to reboot you. Yeah. Time, energy, rest. Yeah. Something you want to do.
Shall we pull a card?
Yeah, that sounds really good. I was just saying, it's because this is wintertime, in wintertime, we're supposed to be taking this time anyway to do some of that recharging before it becomes March 21st, because March 21st is the spring equinox and everything comes alive then, you know, the flowers, the crops, all the babies are born. It's supposed to be.
All right. So
Okay.
I pulled a card
All right.
to, again, look at this idea of recharging oneself.
Right.
Look at that. Look at that Ace of
Oh,
Cups.
beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Recharging. Very nice.
And it's so interesting because the imagery there in the Wizard's Tarot, which I
Mm-hmm.
mainly read from, it's the cups are the personalities, the people that are associated, usually like a mermaid type person, which is like someone who inhabits water,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is the element of the cups, the water, and it's the emotional aspect. It's the heart center where one is looking to inhabit that space within ourselves, how we connect with others, and and how it is that we connect with ourselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because um you know when uh a a more novice student is like reading the tarot, they go, oh, it's like a new love affair, or something that feels like it's it, always with someone else. And it can be too, where the first part of that is where you have to have your own well full. You have to have your own cup
Mm-hmm.
full, because that's what you're sharing with others anyway. If you're an empty well, what is it that you're going to share with others? you know and so being able to invest in yourself, to know your own value, to know what it is that you would be sharing with others, is to make sure that um that your cup is full, and that it allows for you to then um be in relationship with others, and whatever those relationships are, if it's romantic, if it's business, if it's just friendship, right? It's just shared likes and hobbies, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that Ace of Cups, that is like that, making sure your own cup is full,
Right. Right.
so you can dive right in to
Yes.
to the next.
That's right. Emotionally being sound. Be sound. Yeah. Emotionally. Yeah. Get with your program. It's not just about the physical. It's about the emotional, your intellectual, your spiritual.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bring it into balance. So I got the Fool.
It's
So
interesting. It's
that's the
another
zero
beginning
card,
card.
beginning card. And so it's at 0. So 0 means that you need to start, that everybody just needs to start. You don't know necessarily where you're ending up with things, just start, and so that's walking into the right circumstances for you, whether it's reading a book, listening to some programs, doing a little research, taking time to prepare more wholesome food, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I like to tell my students and all that the fool is not an idiot.
No,
It's just that one doesn't know all of the details of the
innocent.
the, the journey forward yet. You have to start at the beginning.
Mhm. Yeah, there's no knowledge yet. Or if you are knowledgeable, you haven't put it together into a sequence
Mhm,
where it's
mhm.
working, because we have to actually move it into our space, because we can, you hear people all the time give advice, but it's like, but do they live advice? Can they live it? are they doing it too? I mean, parents, remember back in the old days, like, oh yeah, don't smoke, kids. Say,
Don't smoke.
right. What the heck? Yeah.
Or drink. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a demise for sure. Yeah, those things. Yeah. Don't do it. I'll be your parent. Don't do it.
So walk the talk.
Walk the talk. Yeah, just, be mindful for you. It's not about rebelling against anybody else. It's about you, just you. Yeah. It's not glamorous Hollywood or anything to smoke. It's really takes away your vitality, your stamina. Yeah, it's really interesting. I find it all the time. We have resources at our fingertips with the internet, but but it's such a vast, world of information. It's just like becomes too much for people. It's like, okay, I got to turn that off.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Mhm.
to, have a balance in that as well. How much, information that we take in and all,
Right.
so that we're not just constantly like plugged in to it. But that, I have to kind of like, look at the energies, right, of like the Ace of Cups and the Fool, and again, there's kind of this beginning type of energy, and do I like, am I a good student? Am I a good just like trusting a path, kind of getting, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. um I mean, it's a mixed bag
Mhm.
with me. And it's not because I'm like just so like, looking at all of the, variables and ins and outs and all that. Because, I can dive in, I don't have to know everything about something. But like, I feel like I'm a very kind of reticent wizard. Like, I, there's like certain things that I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, and so it takes like getting up to a certain point where it's that tipping point for me to go in a certain direction.
Mhm. Right. Are you saying
And
you're
that's
set in your
been my
ways?
my path. Huh?
You set in your ways?
It's not just being set in my ways, right?
Right.
Like, I I think that I've gotten better over the years, but I mean, it's interesting because Leo too is like a fixed sign,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's like, I mean, I understand my basic core of who I am, right? And yet just kind of like diving into something new and all, it's just like, well, I don't know. Let's kind of see.
Well, Leo
Let's
is
see.
the spark of creation.
Well, that's kind of the push and pull of it, though, too, is the, because I love that aspect of creation and
Well,
creating
you're a
something
dragon
new.
too.
The dragon energy, it's like, let's go for it, right?
Well, and being in the cave in creation. So you
But
want to hide and create sometimes.
it's it's kind of finding like a comfortable environment of creation too,
Mhm.
rather than just kind of being too exposed out into the elements, I guess.
Right. Right.
How about yourself? I mean, do you feel that you're because again, it's like permission to trust, right? I mean, because both of those energies, especially the Fool energy, is about, trusting the spark
Well, and
that
trusting
allows
that
us
you're not
to,
going to walk off the ledge. You're going to actually find the path that and the direction that you want.
or that, one doesn't die when they step off the ledge, when
Mhm.
they step into the unknown, that,
Right.
they're supported in
Well,
that.
everything is the unknown. Sorry to like burst to that bubble for everyone.
No, I don't think everything is unknown, though. I think
on
there's,
65
I think
million
that
miles an
too,
hour through space.
I think that too is a balance
Yeah,
of what is known and what is unknown,
right,
and then how it is that we bridge that,
right.
you know, so that we're on a friendly basis with both. That allows for the permission and not the just the fear.
Yeah, no fear. No, we're on an adventure. We got to be in the adventure.
Okay, so I mean, but that's your core speaking,
Yeah,
right?
that's
About
my
the
core.
adventure.
That's my core speaking. Everybody knows that. Yeah, pretty Pollyannish when it comes to life. Like, let's look at the good side. Ooh, food, yum. But, you know,
But not
all
party
in
food.
moderation. I can be really happy with a plate of potatoes, Yeah, instead of cookies. But, and
But
so
not just at potato. Like, how do you like your, what's the best form of potato? Is it mashed potatoes? Is it
oh,
like
I love mashed potatoes.
sliced?
I love everything, I mean, all food. No, it's just all moderation, right? Mm, yeah,
Pretty
gotta be
much.
careful. Yeah. I like food that makes me feel good for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, I like pie over cake sometimes and that sort of thing, but haven't had
Fruit pies or chocolate.
fruit. Are you chocolate?
I mean, there's something to be said for like a Boston cream pie or but I like pumpkin pies, you know, has to have whipped cream, has to have whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not the same without.
It isn't. Okay.
No, it's
See,
not.
that's your being set in your ways.
Maybe.
Just
It's a good
right.
way to be set in though. I mean, it doesn't leave you like hanging.
Well, my set, I have to say that my go-to sauce was always La Victoria sauce, the green
Oh my
sauce.
God, that is
Mhm.
oh
Right, divine. And so I've always gone green sauce, and then you're in New Mexico, and all the green sauce is so hot. Oh my gosh, they're going to burn out your brain. And so the thing is I love Victoria. So it's really funny when I was, I don't know, just come off the Alaska pipeline. And I was living in California and with my horses. And I had two horses and I kept them up at uh, the Joe Messina Ranch. Anyway, so in Ojai. And so I was up there one day, and the people who owned La Victoria happened to be friends with somebody there, and they were
wow.
at the house. And I just thought, that's so weird. Why is my life like this? Everything that I ever love like that comes, like always kind of like came to me. And it was La Victoria sauce that lately used to put on everything. I actually don't put it on everything now, but I did for a lot of years.
So did you like, were you like a La Victoria groupie, like when you met them?
I
Were
was
you
a
like, oh my
groupie.
God, I love you
I
people?
was a groupie, kind of,
Oh.
I was just like, oh, I love your green sauce. It's just my favorite. Yeah, I did. Yeah. And it's so funny. Isn't that funny? Because what am I a groupie of? Not much, but oh yeah, La Victoria sauce. Oh yeah,
Did
that
they
was
have like a case in their car trunk or something that's like, here, you
no,
take that?
no, but it was just like, oh, these people there, they own La Victoria and the sauces. It was like, what? I love that sauce. Yeah, and I was like So, my socialization at that time coming off the pipeline was probably, like wide-eyed. Because, I'd not only been in Alaska, but then on the moon. It's like being on the moon, being
Yeah,
up
yeah,
there
the
in
North
the
Slope.
Arctic. I was in the Arctic. Yeah, above Pump Station 1 in the Arctic. And yeah, so it was, my socialization. Oh my God, La Victoria.
You could have used like some really spicy hot sauce then at
Yeah,
that
I
time,
needed a little spice for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, I took it up to the pipeline for sure. Yeah, those are the types of things you take. Yeah, bring to the table.
It's like drinking La Victoria sauce.
Yeah, could you bring me some La Victoria sauce when you're in town? Yeah, bring it on the plane for me.
So obviously, this show is being sponsored today by La Victoria. It's like, get your green on. As far as but recharging, right? Like
Yeah,
that there are certain like go-to like comfort foods. Like if I'm eating like a whole pumpkin pie for the Thanksgiving season, I said season, I'm not in one setting, I'm not eating it in one sitting, but if one is like kind of going to these places that is like a recharge of spirit, and
yeah,
just
it's beautiful.
it's like that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to recharge our spirit. We need to recharge our bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, our being
Mhm.
needs these areas, and also where we give ourselves that permission too, because it looks like that's like a big part of kind of that beginning, what's the spark, right, that just like says, hey, come on, do it. Let's get out of the any doldrums you might be in, or whatever, or if you're just so like involved in like kind of that crisis state of like, oh my God, I gotta like,
Right.
it's
And
like
there can be,
to
like
pull back.
time where you have to recharge and you have to be in that crisis state. And that crisis state is moving forward out of it. Definitely. Just keep moving out of it. I know that one. Keep moving out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't hang on to any sort of illness if you can help it. Move out of it. Yeah. Our sister's really good on that one too. Boy, really good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, excellent. So what do you have cooking?
Well, I have a new office area. So, Jason and I will be working out of that. And so that's in Los Angeles. So, anybody who wants to come in for hypnosis, especially, and any sort of classes, we'll figure those out as we go along. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so it's still kind of like just being, the details are being
Yeah,
like kind of ironed out, right?
right.
But when there's a full like grand opening, that kind of thing,
No,
then
yeah. We don't know
that,
we'll have a grand opening.
well,
Yeah,
it's
well, we can have some fun in it for sure. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be in my full wizard suit out on the street spinning a sign,
Yeah.
on the boulevard.
Right. Right. We're putting Jason out there.
You
Putting
shall
music up
pass.
finally. Yes, right. No, it's gonna be fun. So we're gonna have a great time. Yeah.
You shall not pass this opportunity up.
Right. Right.
There we go.
It's good.
Like use that whole wizardy thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. Yeah.
but no, I
One-on-one.
mean, if people want to like contact you
Yeah.
for
Well, terrainsight.com is always good. And jasondmckean.com.
JasonDMcKean.com.
Yeah.
You want me to spell it?
Yes, I can do it. JASOND, as in dragon, and McKean. MCKEAN.
.com.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Terra Insight is TARAINSIGHT.com. And I have a lot of, you know, uh, appointments and different sessions and stuff in my website. Can look through.
And your Insta
My Instagram
underscore
Terra_Insight. And Jason is
Jason Tarot Wizard.
okay.
And that's both. Because I have a Facebook page as a Jason Tarot Wizard, and my Instagram is that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think they're both the
Aren't you
same.
on LinkedIn too?
I am. It's it's so hard to like just kind of keep
Yeah,
like
everything I do, same thing.
everything, it's like
Mhm,
I mostly focus on the Facebook and
mhm.
the Instagram.
Right. I'm on Twitter, formerly, oh, well, X, formerly
X.
Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I'm on TikTok, but I just upload onto TikTok. I don't do too much on TikTok. Yeah. And but it always, the reels, they get a lot of views and stuff. It's fun and interesting. And then uh what else are we on? Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yes.
And also
I have
live.
lots of accounts on
I've
Facebook.
got like live classes
Yes.
like this month, um we talk about like doing stuff, new stuff. It's like
Mhm.
I have a tarot slash kundalini activation that I'm
All right.
have going with my colleague Melinda, who is an activationist kundalini, and and to bring about like abundance in our life is both a process of clearing, making space
Right.
within, and then calling in the new. It's not just about overwhelming ourselves. And again, this idea of like recharging ourselves. It's like we look towards our goals, what it is that we want to bring in, right? But it's not about just overwhelming ourselves with the space for it, so that we don't push it away, that we don't like say, oh, it's too much right now. I'd love to have it, but it's just too much.
Hmm.
um there's a lot of stuff that we can hold on to, that we carry, that is like, what, let's just move some boxes in the garage to, let's give it to Goodwill. Right.
If you
Within
can.
ourselves.
Yeah.
um and so that we're bringing in new energy, and so that's taking place at Healing Oak Crystals, March 12th. um and then I'll have classes, at Kathmandu Boutique in Santa Monica, March 10th. you know um who at any level can come in.
Right.
And
And you have your classes going on in Japan, right?
Japan, I've got like ongoing online ones, but it's best if you speak Japanese
Hmm.
for that.
Yeah.
And not that I speak Japanese, but skoshi anashimasu.
Mhm.
Um, and then Bakersfield in April, after Easter.
It's busy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, so the live, that's definitely has an energy of its own too. So when we get the new office up and all that, it's like the live sessions. Those are really, really potent, very, very
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. I'll have more. I'll have a few more here there before I go out on the road.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, almost that time again.
Yeah. So any last comments, I guess, about, recharging, anything that we haven't covered?
Now that I just wish everyone well on their recharge. It's all about just starting. Just step in, create the life you want.
Yeah. And, also, before, it kind of, you're forced to,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. Before you can't, do some of the things you want to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, make some, make a good choice for yourself. Again, it feels like it's that first step is to make the choice
Mhm.
and to give yourself that permission. And, that, it- right, you can allow something to build and to, have a life of its own inside of you. But it's energy, and it's like it can be, a very positive step in your own progress as well.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jason, for being on
Thank
the
you,
show
Tara.
today. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Lots of
Yeah,
peace and love.
lots of love.
Mm.